it's a scary thing because you'll feel like some hands are on you and you lose a little bit of control of what you're doing. But if you stay with it, you'll be inhabited. And I just wish the best for her. But as far as me harming somebody, anybody that knows me, I really can't harm a fly. It's completely against my spirit.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher was a gusher. And
So apparently there's some serious buzz going around about Terrence Howard being potentially in hot water next after Diddy. Word on the street is that Terrence has been linked to Diddy's inner circle and those rumored FO rituals for quite some time. Now here is where it all gets interesting. Terrence recently kicked off this press tour alleging racism and unfair treatment in the industry, but some are speculating that this sudden outcry might just be a diversion tactic to shift attention away from his alleged association with Diddy. And there's more drama brewing. Terrence recently dropped a bombshell by suing the Creative Artists Agency, claiming they shortchanged him on his earnings from Empire. But the agency isn't taking it lying down. They're hitting back, calling out the suspicious timing of Terrence's lawsuit. I mean, why did it take Terrence so long to say something about supposedly being underpaid? So now that his alleged ties to Diddy are making headlines, he decides to file this lawsuit? It's like deja vu of Diddy's own legal battles. Remember when he sued Diageo over allegations, only to be exposed for hurting countless black men and women? But now he wants to claim it's all a scheme to take a successful black man down? But there's an even darker side to these rumors, y'all. Whispers suggest Terrence may have partaken in those alleged FO sessions at Diddy's mansion with young actors like Orlando Brown. These are just unverified allegations for now, but what is verified are the accusations against Terrence putting his hands on women. In fact, he himself admitted to it. And this got fans speculating that Terrence might yet be another famous man who is on the DL taking out his misplaced anger on women. So what's the real truth about Terrence Howard and his supposed connection to Diddy? Is there more to his career nosedive than meets the eye? Let's get into this.
Right. Now, a lot of people are afraid, to empty themselves and be filled up with something else.
So you know how Terrence Howard has been out here making noise about Hollywood supposedly trying to blacklist him and shortchange his paper? Well, word on the street is there's more to it. Folks are now saying that Terrence is stirring up all this drama about unfair treatment to divert attention from his own issues, like his temper and his rumored ties to Diddy and those freak-off parties. So first, Terrence complained about how it's all one big conspiracy against him, and he claimed that Hollywood wants to emasculate him. He even claimed in a recent interview that more successful men now are the effeminate. But if this is true, then why are men like Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, and Morgan Freeman the highest paid black actors in the world? I wouldn't exactly describe them as effeminate. So the math is not mathing Terrence. In fact, some folks are now saying Terrence is blaming his own issues on Hollywood. See, Terrence has been stirring up controversy with his behavior long before this Hollywood drama came into play. Back in 2001, he caught a ton of heat when he was arrested for a bunch of charges tied to physically attacking his first wife. And then in 2011, his second ex, Michelle Gant, went and filed for a restraining order accusing him of DV. And Terrence didn't even try to deny it. He straight up admitted he was aggressive with her, and he didn't even seem to show a lot of remorse. Terrence told Rolling Stone in 2015, "She was talking to me real strong and I lost my mind and slapped her in front of the kids." But fast forward to another interview with ET, and Terrence claimed that everyone who knows him can vouch that he can't even hurt a fly because it's against his spirit.
We're divorced now, and she should stay that way. And I just wish the best for her. But as far as me harming somebody, anybody that knows me, I really can't harm a fly. It's completely against my spirit. But I'm so heartbroken that you can see that doing it on a night like this is only for an attempt to try and hurt me.
So which one is it, Terrence? You slapped her in front of the kids because she talked too strong, or it's against your spirit to even hurt a fly? By the way, let's not forget that Terrence also defended Chris Brown for putting his hands on Rihanna. He told the press, "It's just life, man. Chris is a great guy. He'll be all right, and Rihanna knows he loves her. She'll be all right. Just everybody's got to get out of their way." Now, despite Terrence claiming he could never hurt a fly, multiple people people who know him and who've worked closely with him have said that he's capable of much more than that. In fact, Terrence's anger issues are reportedly the main reason why he was replaced by Don Cheadle in Iron Man 2. One former associate told the New York Post, "I don't think anger issues quite covers it. Terrence has to be in control of everything all the time. When he doesn't get his way, he loses his ish very easily." And this isn't a one-time thing. Terrence has a long and well-documented history of getting physical with people over the slightest inconvenience. Back in 1997, people reported that Terrence was accused of attacking a flight attendant who tried to return him to his seat when the seatbelt light came on. Then in 2005, Terrence pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct after putting his hands on a man and a woman at a Philadelphia restaurant after the woman accused him of cutting the line. And then in 2011, a voicemail leaked of Terrence threatening to unalive a fan because he was convinced that the fan was trying to flirt with his wife. According to Radar Online, Terrence called the fan and said, "N, this is Terrence. You've been calling my wife. If you call my wife again, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to cut your effing throat. Understand that. I'm going to tell you this one time. You call my wife again, I'm going to you." Oh, and let's not gloss over the fact that Terrence once said women are unclean, both literally and figuratively. In a 2007 interview with Elle magazine, he claimed that he's now completely chaste and will stay away unless he gets married because in the past he would always feel unclean after being intimate with a woman. "Afterward, I would feel unclean, like I'd compromised my own values," Terrence said. "So I would have to let them go because they didn't help me to be a stronger person." But it gets worse. Check out how Terrence's third ex-wife, Mira Pack, described their marriage. Before Mira divorced Terrence in 2015, she opened up about her relationship with Terrence in an interview with Rolling Stone and said, "We have an amazing connection, but I mean, he's not perfect. Doesn't do the dishes, doesn't cook, doesn't lift a finger. I probably leave him 30 times a month. He's so selfish. We don't have a normal life. In our 2 years together, I've only gone to restaurants with him 2 or 3 times. We've never been to the supermarket together. We've never been to the movies. I've never gotten a gift from him. Never, never. I've developed a slight form of agoraphobia lately. I never go out. I have no friends here. I feel like Rapunzel, you know, stuck in the penthouse with my baby." Y'all, this actually sounds terrifying, and I'm glad this lady dumped Terrence's narcissistic behind. But that's not all. In another bizarre interview, he seemingly tried to blame women's dress choices for men not being able to control themselves. He said that women who dress provocatively create a response in him that he can't respond to in a natural way. And he also added that women who expose too much to the public have no right to get angry if people make remarks about it. What's worse, someone exposing themselves or someone commenting on it? Terrence said. Who committed the first sin? Well, now that's a lot of high horse moralizing from someone who admitted he put his hands on a woman in front of their kids and who also allegedly gets down and dirty at Diddy's parties. See, back in the day, Terrence was more than happy to party with Diddy, but they reportedly fell out after Terrence accepted the role of Lucius Lyon in Empire because Diddy was convinced the character was modeled after him. According to allhiphop.com, Diddy was even thinking about suing the show's creators because he was scared that Empire would expose some of his shady past, especially because the way Lucius built his company, Empire Records, seems to mirror a bit too closely Diddy's experiences back in the 90s when he was establishing Bad Boy Records. And while Terrence and Diddy are no longer chummy like they used to be, some whispers are floating around that Terrence might be on one of those rumored FO tapes. In fact, Orlando Brown recently went viral with some wild claims, saying he slept with a bunch of industry men, including both Diddy and Terrence.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher was a gusher.
But Terrence is back at it again with his sob story about supposedly being discriminated against. In a new interview on Straight Talk with Daphne, Terrence came dressed in costume for his new limited series, Fright Night, and he opened up about his lawsuit against Creative Artists Agency, again claiming that they shortchanged him.
Creative Artists Agency, they represented me. Mm-hmm. They also represented some of the people from Big Bang Theory. Mm-hmm. They also did the deal with Fox. Mm-hmm. My show was with Fox, the people from Big Bang was with Fox. Mm-hmm. We had 28 million viewers. They had 11 million viewers. Wow. They were getting $2 million damn near $3 million an episode, those white kids that had no name recognition, no Oscar nominations, none of that. We have 28 million viewers, and these jokers are paying me $325,000 an episode. And I'm like, every year I'm asking my agents, what's going on?
Now let's be clear, racism and discrimination in Hollywood are not a conspiracy theory, and a lot of black actors are definitely being shortchanged. But fans on social media are now saying Terrence Howard is absolutely not the right messenger, with his history of putting hands on people and allegedly doing some nasty things at Diddy's parties. Here are just some of the comments that paint a picture of how folks really feel about Terrence. Aaron Paul made half of what Terrence Howard made per episode on Breaking Bad, and Bryan Cranston made $75K less than Terrence Howard, and you don't hear them complaining, although getting $12K for Hustle and Flow is not right, but he did accept the role. You know what? I'm so sick and tired of the taking a good black man down BS. Terrence is a very talented actor, but he does have a ton of anger issues with both men and women. He doesn't have anger issues, he has rage issues. He's narcissistic. I always thought to myself, gee, that guy plays the angry roles so well. Probably because he's a monster in real life. He's not for and does not date black women, but he treats his preference like punching bags. I refuse to worship him. But what do you think about Terrence Howard possibly being linked to Diddy? And what's up with him suddenly crying discrimination? Is he just trying to divert attention from his own mess? Drop your thoughts below and stay tuned for the next video.